So I am a scene setter. Whenever I'm telling a story, whenever I'm reading a story, I really like to set the scene. There's just something about setting the scene that I feel like helps tell the story better, but it also helps me to understand the story a little better. And that is what I feel is happening and like that I have to do when I read this portion of John. So it's early morning. That's what it tells us. And I don't know about you, but I don't see early morning very often. But when I do, what I see is it's being very dark. A lot of times it's foggy or whatever. And I don't know, it's just this like eerie time in the morning. And the sun is coming up. You hear the birds chirping. And here's Mary. She has just woke up. And she decides the first thing she's going to do is take a little walk. And she's walking to the tomb. She gets to the tomb, and here's the thing. I'll just be honest. I'm not a morning person, so the fact that Mary is up and walking this early in the morning is amazing. But what's about to happen is that she's about to be woke up really quickly because she's going to the tomb to visit Jesus's body. And when she gets there, he's not there. That would wake up even the tiredest person from their morning fog that they're going through. And that's what happens. Mary gets to the tomb, Jesus is gone, and she takes off running. I don't run. I definitely am not running early in the morning, but she has just seen something that has woke her up, and she takes off sprinting because she needs to tell people what's happening. I can see it now. She's running to tell Peter and John, hey, listen, this is what's just happened. Of course, immediately, they have to go see for themselves, right? Like, why would you not go see what this lady is telling you? So they go running, and here's what I see happening. John takes off running. He's beaten Peter. He gets to the tomb, and he gets there, and he's like, okay, yep, he's not there. He just stays outside. But Peter, which we know is a go-getter, goes right in. He doesn't hesitate. He goes in, he's checking it out for himself. He's looking around and he's like, Jesus is not here. But then what happens is John has to see for himself. So he takes that step in, and when he actually takes the step in, the Bible tells us that he had to see it to believe it. He had to actually see it to believe it. You see, he couldn't just stand around the corner and peek. He actually had to take a step in. He couldn't just stand on the outside and look and be like, oh yeah, he's gone. No, he had to take a step in, and he had to see in order to believe. So many times, I feel like myself and so many others are guilty of this exact thing. We want to take a step back. We want to just peek in. We don't want to fully just run in like Peter did. We want to like hang back and see how everybody else is seeing it. Like, all right, Peter, you go see how being a Christian is. Like, I'm going to stay over here. I'm just going to give it a little peek, right? I'm just going to give it a little bit of worship. I'm just going to give it a little bit of prayer. I'm just going to give it a little bit of money to the church. I'm going to give a little bit of my time to the church, but I'm not going to give all of it. I'm just going to stand on the outside and look in. But it's not until we fully get in there and see it that we're able to believe it. So what is it that you need to fully immerse yourself in? Are you like Peter, who's full in, let's go see, or are you like John that's like taking the step back and looking around? And then once you step in, you can see it to believe it. I can tell you right now, whether you're Peter or you're John, the goal in all of this is to take a step in and believe. Take a step in and see for yourself what God can do. What is it that you need to fully give over? What is it that you need to run into and allow Christ to show you what's next?